I saw a few other YouTubers that I watched do it like weeks ago. So today, my allergies are not bugging me. I put a little makeup on and decided, okay, I'm going to film. So I'm going to do the mommy tag. I'm going to try to talk as fast as I can. If you guys have been with my channel for a while, I do tend to ramble and really get into what I'm talking about. So I'll try to make it quick. It is 30 questions. I will have them linked down below if you guys have not done it yet and you're interested. I'm not going to specifically tag anybody because I love watching all sorts of people answer these questions and see, how they answer. I love it. So, question number 1. What is the last movie you saw that made you cry? I am a crier. Everything makes me cry. I can listen to a song on the radio and I'll cry. I can watch a commercial and I'll cry, but the last movie that I watched, actually we had a family movie night last night and we watched Trolls, and I got teary-eyed. Yeah, okay, so Trolls. Number 2, what is your favorite thing to do when you have a couple hours to yourself? I love to shop. It's really hard to shop when you have kids with you, especially the ages of my kids. They like to do, look at the toy section or do things that involve them and not watch mommy shop for herself. So I love to shop. The other thing would be read. I love to read and I need to be involved in my book. I can't read when there's other things going on. I have to be able to focus solely on my book. So when I have alone time, I read. All right, number 3, what is your favorite breakfast food? I love this quiche recipe. I've made it multiple times. I have it linked on a couple of my grocery haul videos with my meal plans. It's really, really good, and everything with coffee, of course. I have to have my morning coffee or I'm not human until I get that coffee down. Number 4, what are the top 3 home repairs you'd like to do if money were not an object? We are actually currently planning for home repairs. We've sold everything that we don't absolutely need, and we are giving our house a fresh start. So the first thing that I would love to do is complete the outside of our house. It looks very run down. It needs a fresh coat of paint. Some boards need to be replaced, and I am going to be having a house tour come up, so you'll see all these things that we'd love to get fixed. I would also love to redo the floors in our house. We recently ripped up all the carpet downstairs and put wood floor down, and there are a couple spots that have already been scratched by either furniture or the dogs, and then we actually had a leak in our back door, so that wood needs to be pulled up and redone. So I'd love to redo the floors. And then the third thing that I would love to redo is finish our backyard. When we moved in, it was just nothing but weeds. There is no real grass in the backyard, and with 2 big dogs, we have 2 labs, our backyard is just gross. And I would love to get out there with the kids more often than I do and play with them and hang out. It's just right now, if it rains, we can't go in the backyard for 3 to 4 days because it's just a big mud pile. That's all it is. So love to get that backyard finished up and looking nice so we can go spend time in it. All right, number 5. What is your favorite baby name that you never used? This is actually pretty funny. I used to watch the show Charmed religiously when I was a teenager. So when my firstborn came along, I named her Paige because that is one of the characters, and I just love that name. I always wanted to have 3 little girls and name them Phoebe, Piper, and Paige. Yeah, I know, just so immature. So Phoebe has always been a name that I have loved and just never used. When I found out that we were having twin girls, I wanted to use that name for one of them, and my husband just automatically shut me down. He's like, no, I hate that name. It's not happening. So Phoebe is always going to be in the back of my mind as a little girl's name. Yeah, that I never got to use. All right, number 6. What is your favorite store to shop in? Target. Number 7, what did you do before you became a mom? Okay, so before I became a mom for the first time, I had my daughter Paige when I was 20, so I had barely been out of high school, so I graduated high school. That's what I did before I had Paige. Now, my other 3 actually came 6 to 7 years later, So I worked at City Hall in the city that we lived in for, you know, the mayor, the council members, all that good stuff. So I worked for the city. Number 8, what is your favorite hobby? Right now, my number 1 hobby is this channel. I absolutely love it. I love creating the content. I love the editing process and all that stuff. So that's definitely hobby number 1 for me. Hobby number 2 is I love to read. That will always be my favorite pastime, is reading a book. Number 9, if you could spend a day doing what you wanted, what would you do? I would spend it doing something with my husband. We don't get alone time that often. My parents do take all of my kids about once a month, so my husband and I get a day and a night together, which is really, really nice. But yeah, anything with him, either whether it's catching up on errands, or sometimes we use that day to plan life events that we're doing. But yeah, just anything alone with my husband would be awesome. Number 10, how did you meet your husband? We met through a mutual friend, and it was kind of like an online thing. We talked on Facebook and texting first, and then we did a blind date, and that's how we met. Number 11, what was your favorite vacation, recent or past? So my actually favorite is my husband, oldest daughter, and I recently went to Universal Studios, and that has been the best time of my life. We had so much fun there. It was amazing. Number 12, name 3 things you do well. So I asked my husband to help me answer this because I have a hard time, you know, giving myself props and things like that. So he and I came up with, number 1, I'm a really good listener, and I agree. I've always been that way. Even through high school, people would come to me with their problems, and I would help them figure it out. Or if somebody just needed to talk, I was always there to listen, and still am. Number 2, I'm pretty good in the kitchen. I haven't been very hands-on as much as I was before my twins were born, so I would love to get back to that. I used to bake and cook all the time, and right now it's basically just dinners, but I would love to get back into the kitchen more because I think I'm pretty good at it. And number 3, I'm a good mom. Sometimes I have a hard time admitting that to myself, but I know it's true. I do pretty good with my 4 kids, so I'm a good mom. Number 13, name 3 toiletries or makeup items that you cannot live without. I cannot live without chapstick, number 1. My lips get dry very, very easily, and chapstick is just a staple. Number 2 would be toothpaste. I hate the feeling that my teeth get if I forget to brush my teeth and it's noon. And sometimes this does happen. It's noon and I'm like, I did not brush my teeth this morning because I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm not going out. It just doesn't register to me sometimes, and I just hate the film that you get over your teeth if you don't brush your teeth. So toothpaste for sure. And the 3rd item, I would have to say mascara. Being a stay-at-home mom with 4 kids, I've got those sleepy eyes all the time, and mascara definitely helps make you look more wide-eyed and awake. All right, that was 13. I've got them all written down on my paper here. Number 14, name your favorite thing about each of your children. That's really hard. I had to think of it and write it down here. So Paige, I love her individuality. She is not your typical preteen. She's going to be turning 13 years old this year, and she's not your typical teenager. She's not very girly girl, and she definitely likes her own thing, and she goes with it. So I love that about her, and I hope she does not change at all due to peer pressure or anything. I hope she keeps her own personality and knows what she wants and sticks to it. Bryce has an awesome memory. I think that's the one thing that I love the most about him. I mean, I love everything about them, but his memory just amazes me. He is a really fast learner due to it, and I think that's going to help him go really far in life. Rose and Pearl. So they are my twins. Just recently, a few months ago, turned 4, and they couldn't be more opposite, which is what I love about each of them. Rose, I love how quiet she is. It's a refresher in this household, with the 3 other ones being more on the loud side, which leads me to Pearl. What I love most about her is her interest. She asks a million questions a day. She's constantly wanting to know about everything, which is amazing and sometimes tiring, but I know that her mind is always working and she's always learning, which is awesome. Number 15, what was your first job? My first job was actually at a Chili's inside a mall, and I worked the to-go register. So I took orders where people were just picking them up and taking their food to go. So that was my first job, and I was probably between 16 and 17. Number 16, what are your hidden talents? Geez, I don't know. My husband and daughter say I sing really well. I don't sing anywhere but in the shower and the car, but they say that I have a good voice and I can hold a tune. Okay. And I'm pretty good at reading. I am a speed reader for sure. I can finish a book in a couple hours. So I don't know if that's a hidden talent or what. Number 17, how long did you date your husband before you got engaged? We only dated for 6 months. Yeah, only dated for 6 months. 18, what are your top 3 favorite TV shows? This was pretty hard. I had to think of this ahead of time as well. I love Grey's Anatomy. I really like the fantasy shows, so Vampire Diaries and the originals. I watch those. And then the third one, the show that I just finished binge watching on Netflix was The New Girl. That was really funny. So those are my 3. Number 19, what is the bravest thing you've ever done? I could not think of an answer for this one. I was really freaked out when I found out I was having twins, and my doctor, he didn't really push it, but he really thought that it would be safer for me to have a C-section, and it totally freaked me out to have a C-section. So I don't know if that's brave or not that I went through with it and had twins. I don't know, but I can't think of anything else for the bravest thing I've ever done. I don't know. Number 20, where were you 3 hours ago? What time is it? It is 3:30, so I was at our dining room table eating lunch with the family. It's Sunday afternoon, so we were eating lunch together. Number 21, what is one thing on your winter bucket list? Okay, so we live in Texas. We do not get a lot of snow. My oldest has seen snow once in her entire life, where she actually got to get out and play in it. My younger 3 have not seen snow, so that is one thing on my bucket list. I either hope it snows enough here one year so my kids can play in it, we can build a snowman, have snowball fights, or we take a vacation one year and go to the snow for my kids. I think that would be amazing. Number 22, do you meal plan? What is one weekly staple? Yes, I meal plan. I post a video every Monday of my meal plan for the next week with recipes and my grocery haul. It is a lifesaver for time and money. So what is one weekly staple? Most weeks we probably have some kind of pasta dish. Spaghetti is a love in our household. My kids, husband, and I all love spaghetti with salad, or tacos. We probably have tacos. Probably not every week, but we have it at least once in a month for sure. Number 23, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? As long as I can remember, I always wanted to be a teacher or a therapist. I just love working with kids, and I love being able to help people. So those are the 2 things, but I never was any of those. Was a mom almost right out of high school, and that's just the best job to me ever, being a mom. 24, would you rather travel 50 years into the future or 50 years into the past? I think I'd rather go to the future. I'd love to see what I miss out on, once I pass, and how my kids turned out, if I don't get to see that, or, their kids, just to see how our family line has progressed and what's going on. Number 25, what was your best or favorite Halloween costume? I do not dress up for Halloween. I can't remember one from when I was a child, but I love watching my kids dress up and them picking out their outfits. So, number 26, night owl or early bird? Night owl for sure. I have a hard time waking up when my alarm goes off, but then again, once my alarm goes off and I am up out of bed, I'm awake. It's like that. I'm not tired really once I have that cup of coffee, but I definitely tend to stay up later than wake up early. All right, number 27. If you're having guests over, what is your go-to dish to serve? If it's like an appetizer setting, I already posted a cook with me appetizers. Any of those appetizers are my go-to, any or all. Sometimes I make all of them if we're having like a big get together. If it's more of a dinner setting, then one is we order pizza. That's just the easiest thing. Everybody loves pizza. Or I have a really good lasagna recipe that I'm actually going to be making in the future sometime, and I'll post a how-to on that. It is really, really good, like the best lasagna ever. I love it. Number 28, are you messy, neat, or somewhere in between? I am somewhere in between. I used to be really, really neat and organized, and then kids came along. It took me a little while to get used to how messy they are. So I have gotten over that, and I kind of just pick up after them, and my house is always in between. Even my personal space, I used to be very, very clean and organized, and I've just somewhat changed, and I'm more relaxed now, so I would definitely say I'm somewhere in between. Not super, super messy, but it's not a clean space all the time either. Number 29, what is one thing you desperately need to do but keep putting off? There's a lot of things that I desperately need to do but keep putting off, but probably the most important and number one is exercising. You know, every January 1st, most of the people, like 80% probably, are always like, okay, I'm going to eat better and exercise this year. And that's one thing that I always say every single year, and I never ever do. Mainly exercising. We're pretty good on our eating, I think. Sometimes we indulge more than we should, but the number one thing would be exercising. I definitely do not exercise enough. And the last question, number 30, name 5 YouTube moms that you think everyone should be watching. This was kind of hard because I watch quite a few different people, but number one, and these aren't in any kind of order, like favorite to least favorite, because I watch them all. But Nicole, I watch every single video that she puts out, and I will link them down below if you guys do not know them and want to check them out. Number 2 would be Krista. I watch all of her videos as well. Number 3, Beth at All Stitched Up. 4 would be Kimmy at She's in Her Apron. Oh my gosh, her cleaning really inspires me to do better in my house. I really want to get that zone cleaning down. I feel like that would help a lot in my household. And then Jennifer at The Family Fudge. I actually just started watching her and am enjoying it a lot, all of her videos as well. So I will leave their channels down below so you guys can check them out. That is the last question, number 30. I'm glad I kind of like pre-answered them so I could get this going a lot quicker. It definitely would have been longer if I had to think of those on the spot. Whew, some of those were kind of hard. If you guys have done the mommy tag, let me know in the comments so I can watch it. I love watching other people's answers and getting to know them better. If you guys liked my mommy tag, give this video a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that button now along with the bell so you're notified. I do post every single day. And with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new video.